Do you want to know one of Tyler's hottest new luxury neighborhoods? Well, stay tuned as we get into it. Thanks again for checking out our newest video on living in Tyler, Texas. Today's video, we're gonna go into one of Tyler's fastest growing luxury neighborhoods. If you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the channel. That way you get notified anytime we drop a new video. Additionally, we want to remind you that we are your friend in real estate. So if you're thinking about making a move and you have any questions about that process, we would love to be a resource for you. We've got all our contact information in the banner, so please don't hesitate to reach out. Additionally, we've got a great Facebook group, Moving to East Texas. You can connect with other people that have already made the move, thinking about making the move, have any questions answered about what that process looks like. It's a wonderful resource to help answer any and all of your questions about making a move to East Texas. So in today's video, we're going to talk about the Crossing, one of Tyler's fastest growing luxury neighborhoods. And we're going to break down a little bit as to why I think people love the Crossing. First off, the location is prime. It sits just off of Old Jacksonville on the south side of town, inside of Loop 49. You've got everything is super, super close. And again, the key to real estate is location, location, location. Additionally, a lot of the homes are a lot newer. You've got stuff maybe as old as 2008, but largely most of it was built in the last 5 to 6 years, some of it being built in the last 2 to 3 years. So you're gonna have a lot more updated, newer style homes on the interior and the exterior, which differentiates it a little bit from Holly Tree just because there's not as many new areas in Holly Tree as there are the Crossing. And largely, the higher end type homes make it that luxury community that a lot of people are searching for that just has a newer feel. You've got homes that range from, high 500s, low 600s up to multi-million-dollar properties. So you've got a lot of really cool, beautiful, and unique homes in the Crossing. And I think that's a big draw to that area. All right, so when we talk about location, the Legacy Trails actually run through the southwest side of the neighborhood, where you can just immediately hop on and go towards Fresh, go towards Bruno's, down towards Toll 49. They literally run through the neighborhood. So if you're active, you like to get out, jog, walk, take the dog out, whatever it may be, being that close to the Legacy Trails is really a phenomenal option. You're only 2 minutes to Fresh. Literally, the edge of the neighborhood is just on the other side of Fresh. You're 3 minutes to Javi's for great Mexican food. Additionally, you're only 16 minutes to downtown, 17 minutes to the hospitals, and only 9 minutes to get to Target. So as you can see, the location for the Crossing is prime. You're not too far from the downtown area if you work, say, at the hospitals, on the square, whatever it may be. Super close to Broadway and a lot of that development over there. We always use Target as our reference just because it's kind of in the middle of all that development on Broadway. But again, super, super close to Fresh, very close to the Legacy Trails. So the location for the Crossing is maybe as good as Holly Tree, if not better, because a lot of the things that the Crossing is close to is going to be a little bit newer than, say, the development on Broadway and that sort of thing. So another one of those things that we talked about, what draws people to the Crossing. And I think probably the biggest thing people like about the Crossing when, say, comparing it to Holly Tree, maybe even the Cascades to an extent, is the age of the community. A lot of the homes are still being built right now. Most of the homes, I would say, are less than 5 or 6 years old. A lot of them, like I said, being 2 or 3 years old. And because of that, you're going to get very modern and new finishes, very up-to-date looks on the exterior. So you'll have great curb appeal. Additionally, on the inside, you'll have great colors, floor plans, things like that. When you look at it compared to Holly Tree, a lot of the Holly Tree homes were built in the 80s and 90s, some in the early 2000s. But because of that, you have outdated floor plans, outdated fixtures, features, things like that. So the Crossing offers a level of newness, which I think is very nice. When you're paying, top dollar, you want all the great features. All right, so we're gonna take our first home tour in the Crossing. So we're at 7354 Lake Point Cove, listed by Sarah Branch of the agency. We've got just under 4,000 square feet, listed at $699. It's a really great place here in the crossing, so we're gonna go check it out and let you see. So coming in the front door, you got a nice wide entry hallway that's gonna lead into the living area that connects to the kitchen. We're gonna go to what could be a bedroom, most likely best used as an office, overlooking the front here. It's great because it's got its own bath attached to it here, and it is a full bathroom. Really nice tiled shower. That connects to the backside of the kitchen, to your laundry area. Pretty good size in here. Washer, dryer, then you've got cabinets for hanging and folding. This is the mudroom area here that leads you into the living room, kitchen, and dining area. So kind of a great room concept. The dining just off the living, and then an eating kitchen. Now what you're gonna notice, obviously at this price point in the crossing, you're gonna have just more detail. You've got lots of nice finishes on the ceiling here with the wood beams, and even design within the wood beams. You've got the interior framed with the same beams. And here's a look down the hall. You got a nice little wet bar area there. Coffee bar, whatever it may be. It's not a wet bar, actually, just a bar area, sorry. Right there at the front. Then you've got one of the other bedrooms. Again, it's a great guest room. It's got a full ensuite here, tiled shower, sink. You've got linens in a big walk-in closet. Now we're gonna go look at the master bedroom. Just off the kitchen area, right in here, you've got a good size space. Lots of nice detail in there on the ceiling. This is a good size room. Doesn't really quite capture it with the camera, but that's a pretty wide space. I'd say it's probably 18 feet or so. You've got a very luxurious bathroom here. Dual vanities, lots of detail and ornate finishes on the cabinets. You've got a nice big tub here with a tile backsplash around it, which is really nice. It's got some nice texture to it. Really great shower here. It's got a nice bench, tile floor to ceiling. And you got the master closet. Not massive, but because you have two of them, you get the benefit of extra space. So having a his and hers closet makes it being a little bit smaller okay. You got a great area for linens as well. All right, we're gonna go check out upstairs. You've got additional bedrooms, landing area, and whatnot, so let's go see it. All right, so this is the landing area. Really big space. Great second guest area or living area. You've got bedroom number 3 up here. You've got the vault in the ceilings with a Jack and Jill bathroom here. Tiled shower that leads to the second room, which is another good sized room up here. And leads back out to the landing area. All right, let's go take a look outside in the backyard. All right, so this one in particular does not have a big backyard. It's kind of a garden home type. So if you're looking for something low maintenance and whatnot, this is probably gonna be it. The crossing does not allow for privacy fences. You've got iron fencing on most of these here, but it does not, let you do that. So it's just a small backyard, enough for a pet, but really not much else. All right, so very similar to Holly Tree, the crossing is going to be a higher end neighborhood. Your average price point is going to be high. Your price per square foot is going to be high relative to the rest of Tyler. When you're looking at it, the average size of the home sold in the crossing is about 3,400 square feet. So it's a pretty good size home. They obviously get a lot bigger. There are some that have sold in there north of 7,000 square feet. There's probably some bigger that are custom that have not transacted that I'm just not aware about, but there are a lot of really big homes. You have an average price point to enter at $845,000. So again, you can see it's a very high average entry price point to live in the crossing. That makes it $230 a square foot, which both of those are slightly higher than what it is to enter into Holly Tree. And a lot of that is going to just be related to the newness of the home. Like I said, the crossing is a much newer community. Granted, it does lack the amenities that you would expect or that you're going to find in, say, Holly Tree, because Holly Tree's on a country club. The crossing doesn't really have a lot of community amenities, but the trade-off for that is that you're going to get a lot newer homes with those newer finishes and things like that. In the last 12 months, 9 homes have sold and transacted in the crossing. So when we're talking about that compared to Holly Tree, it is a much smaller neighborhood. It's not quite as big just because it is new. They are continuing to build out. I don't think it will ever be as big as Holly Tree just because I don't think they have the footprint to build and develop it out to that level. But because of that, it's just going to be fewer homes pop up for sale. There's not as many spec builds currently available in the crossing. There's probably 1 or 2 a year maybe that pop up, maybe a few more than that, but a lot of custom builds. So people end up buying the lots in the crossing and then building a custom home. The average days on market for the crossing is about 40 days. So it's kind of in line with the rest of the market, where if you price it appropriately, it will sell. So that's the crossing. Again, one of Tyler's newest luxury neighborhoods that's rapidly growing. It's a very desirable spot, so make sure that you check it out. We're going to have a link to current homes for sale in the crossing down below in the description, so make sure you check that out as well. We want to remind you again that we're your friend in real estate and would love to help you make East Texas your home. So if you have questions about moving to Tyler or Longview, Gilmer, Jacksonville, wherever it may be, we want to be that resource for you. We help lots of new people all the time make East Texas their home. Again, if you haven't already, make sure you check out our Facebook group, Moving to East Texas. Lots of great resources for you to connect with other people there, and we will see you on the next video.